Groaners, here we are again. Welcome along to our 122nd march into the Groan Zone. We'll brave the fields of groans and the swirling battle winds of the zone together. With a charge! I must tell you that your games this week are Talking Nonsense, Give Me the Question, and Who the Hell Am I? Your audience groan this week rolls in via email from Peter C. of Torquay. What do you prefer, Groaners? I'll toss a coin. Heads, it's a game first. Tails, it's my groans. And it's tails. Sorry, those wanting a game first. Deep down the twisting groan hole we go with my groans. Those who should know better. You do something stupid which either puts you or someone or something else at risk. Mercifully, the worst outcome doesn't always happen, but still you should face the consequences of your actions and realise you should have known better. If you scoff at facing up to it, then next time you may not be so lucky. Those type of people really grate on me. People who set bad examples for the kids. Case in point, a mother takes a kid to the store and proceeds to put drinks in her bags, crisps in another, and so on. She then tries or succeeds in getting out of the shop without paying. This shows the child that crime is acceptable when really it isn't. Think about the life lessons you're teaching your kid. People who are not aware of their surroundings. I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to do it again. This would be the kind of person who doesn't heed warnings or signs and runs afoul of circumstances of stupidity. The kind of person who would be oblivious in walking onto a blast testing site, then sue when they lose their hearing or something. Pay attention. Off the groans go, where they land, only the zone knows. Speaking of knowing, let's find out who knows what with Gimme the Question. I hear the Groaners live, they're all joined in and ready. Groaner at home, of course you're listening, you're ready. Here we go. Round 1. Your answer is Cuba PD. Your questions are A. Who invented such kids games like hopscotch and playing marbles? B. What is the name of a copper mine situated in Tanzania? C. What is the name of an opal-rich town in Australia? Go Groaners live, answers please. Those at home, you know what to do. We've got a split right down the middle in the room on Discord. We have B's and C's flying in across the boards there. Interesting times ahead there, Groaners. Thank you very much. Any more? More B's, more C's. Okay, even split. Round 2. Your answer is radio open source. Your questions are A. What is classed as the very first podcast? B. What is the name of the program you can download to register and host your own radio DJ show? Or C. What was an internet magazine-esque show which was shut down for music piracy in 2007? Since before Groaners, those at home and playing live, you know what to do. C's are flying in there. More C's, more C's. Couple of B's, couple of A's. We have a spread. But the majority have gone for C. Round 3. Your answer is Chandra Badur Dangi. Your questions are A. What was the name of a Buddhist monk who died by self-imposed means during a protest in 1968? B. What was the name of the world's shortest man? Or C. What is the name of the current president of Nepal? Go Groaners live, answers please. Those at home, you know what to do. We got A's flying in across the board there. Any more? We got C's flying in as well. We have an A and C split there, Groaners live. Groaner home, what did you go for during the course of Give Me the Question? To collect points, stay tuned for the answers, which will come later, Groaners. Admin Nicole runs us off into the dark recesses of the Groan Zone now with Admin Nicole's Creepy Corner. Your story for this week is called When Truth Reveals Lies. Before we carry on, I read none of this story because I was under orders from Admin Nicole not to. Enjoy, Groaners. Valencia and Viola stood in front of Death's garden, blooming with all sorts of flowers and creatures with a lake at its centre. Looking down at the butter dragons flying free across the lake, they remembered what the old man once told them. The reason for Mother Nature's death was not just because she had to fight against the humans in the Great War, but more so because of what she did. Just like the primal of life, she also broke free of the limitations of her powers at the very cost of her own life. She knew in doing so, she would need to find a successor quickly, but she had no regrets. She didn't just help the creatures of this world to merge with nature for their survival, that was simply the easy part. The difficulty came in removing the natural barriers of evolution, to allow animals to be truly free and do whatever was necessary to evolve and survive the war that was upon them. However, in doing so, it would require her own soul in exchange. Thanks to her sacrifice, animals evolved, species would mix with one another and create a new life that would survive the war without hesitation. These butter dragons were such an example. A new creature with the speed and strength of a dragonfly and all the beauty and resilience of a butterfly. This was no doubt why Dr. Quack would want Gaia. Surely by now he must have noticed plants growing again and the world slowly becoming full of life again. If he had Gaia and she had the same ability, then they would all be doomed. Nothing would win the war. Just then they heard a loud explosion from the building nearby. They never expected Death to live somewhere so nice or above ground, but the Reeds gave the sisters great cover to hide out until something happened and gave them a way in. No doubt the old man was found out and the other souls started fighting. The girls snuck their way into the building, following one of the souls that had moved away from the crowd. It led them down many flights of stairs into a large white room with large vats covering one wall reaching up to the ceiling. As they burst into the room, the door was locked shut behind them. The old man was there along with one of the souls who followed him, but so was Dr. Quack and Lionel. Upon closer inspection, there were bodies inside the vats. Ivy in one, and the old man's son in another. The old man had collapsed to the ground just like that awful day when they discovered the truth about Lionel. Valencia would always do anything for the old man, so she walked over to Dr. Quack and fell to her knees and begged. She would do what they wanted, become Lionel's mother if they'd just let them go, let everyone leave and she would do whatever they wanted. Dr. Quack laughed as he kicked Valencia across the room, smashing her into the opposite wall. She stood up and walked back over and kneeled in front of him again. She wouldn't let the old man live like this. Not again. She promised he wouldn't have to suffer anymore. She wasn't going to break that promise now. Dr. Quack kicked her again and threw her against the wall. She stood once more and began to walk, but Viola, who was trying to stop the old man from seeing his son in that state, just yelled at her to stop. There had to be another way. But there wasn't, so Valencia pleaded again and again as Dr. Quack laughed at her torment. After several attempts, Valencia would stand once more even as her legs ached and she bled. But this time the darkness had enough and appeared in front of her. He wasn't going to let her suffer anymore, but she refused. She would do anything for her family, and she truly meant anything. So the darkness did the one thing he could to snap her out of things. He showed her what she was missing. That one unfortunate truth he made a promise to hide. In what felt like an instant, she collapsed to the ground crying once more. For reasons the others didn't know, but they would, the reason Valencia knew Fawn's last name. Time and space are not the only eternal ones. The darkness once ruled from the night sky above. It too was eternal. It saw everything, just as they had, and in its quest for new untold stories, rumours spread and shrines were made. Books left as offerings, even the darkness couldn't mess with time, but taking a single book here and there had no effect on any time period at all. That's why he had books. He had books from another time, another future, where the old man's son had grown up and become his favourite author. That's where Valencia knew his name from. That's why the darkness had books in the first place, all written by the old man's son in another life. Valencia limped over to the vat that Ivy and the old man's son were in. Then she turned to the old man and Viola, who were looking at her with so much sorrow and pain in their eyes, and she knew she was about to make it so much worse. She had to tell them. There's something you need to know, something I myself only just realised. The darkness has no realm. The void we use is just something he conjured up of privacy. He can come and go as he pleases as long as we aren't far from each other. The fight with the mayor, I sacrificed myself to save you all, my beloved family, and I will do it over and over again, but I'm so sorry. Nothing will ever make this right, but I'm not the one you love. I spent all this time lying to you, stealing love that was never mine, and I didn't even know. Nothing can ever fix what I've done. Valencia sacrificed herself that day, the real Valencia, the one you love so dearly. I'm so very sorry, but the real Valencia is dead. She died that day. Wow, Nicole, what a gut punch. No wonder you didn't want me to read it. Holy hell. Now I'm beginning to wonder, after so long ago, what is going on here? Tune in next week, Groaners, because that is a twist we're going to all have to bounce back from. Crawling from creepy now, we roll into, oh, unlucky. We go back to the year 2020, and our focal point is a sinkhole at Mount Gambier in Australia. You may be wondering why. Well, let me tell you. Our unlucky individual, known as Bradley, felt it'd be a good idea to do a handstand on a safety railing above the sinkhole. Word to the wise, it wasn't a good idea, and unlucky for him, he lost his balance and plunged 98 feet straight down. He lost his life. People, please in his death, let it be a warning to be safe in dangerous areas. This is a sad oh unlucky, and my condolences go out to his family. Stay safe, Groaners. Speaking of Groaners, as we said, you get a turn later, at least I'm sure I said that, so it's time for the audience groan. As stated earlier, Peter winged this in to us earlier in the week. Highly inaccurate weather forecasts. Hi all, so I'm not sure if this has popped up before in the audience groans, but allow me to vent my spleen. They tell us they can see when asteroids will pass us or hit us, yet they cannot even get the weather right. You're told it's going to rain and you dress for it and not a drop. We need better ways of telling the weather, and no, I don't mean look out the window. Cheers, Peter. Thanks for the groan, Peter. There's nothing worse than preparing for snow and instead you get a heat wave. If you want to take part in the show like Peter did, you can do so in many various ways, and you can't just send your groans in. You can send your own lucky stories in, or your lucky stories. You can give us feedback, your ideas. You can send in your why or whys, your what does. You can tell us what you've been doing with your life, what's going on. Many things. Or you can nominate a hero or zero of the week. How can you do it? You can send it in via email at thegroanzonepod@gmail.com. You can join us in the comment section on YouTube, or the comment section on Podbean, or hopefully anywhere else. You can join us on the Facebook groups under the Groan Zone Podcast Facebook group. You can join us on Discord, where we record every Friday, usually at 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time. You can send myself an instant message on Facebook under the Groan Zone, under Mystery Groaner, or you can contact admin Nicole and Nicole Amos also on Facebook Messenger. And with that, Groaners, those are the ways you can join in the fun on the show. Now game time is upon us once more as we flip things on their head with Talking Nonsense. You know what's up with this game, Groaners. I give you a clue and the word itself is backwards. I know people laugh when they hear the word backwards. To make it worse still and more difficult, I'm a Geordie. Good luck. Round 1. Your clue is, this is a big sport in America. Your word is, tape. Pause here, have a little think, answer to yourself, then move on to the next round, which is of course, round 2. Your clue is, this man is a British comedian. Your celebrity is Pause here, have a little think, answer, move on to round 3. Your clue is, this dance was created in the 1980s. Your triple word is Best of luck, Groaners. Answers will come soon. It is time for the eternal question. Yes, we must ask, why oh why? We've all heard of internet challenges, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. But a lot of these challenges make people, of their own choices, do stupid things. Some even risk their lives for internet clout. Case in point, a young boy at the age of 14 died doing a stupid challenge. He injected a solution into his leg containing a crushed butterfly. The outcome? It took him 7 days of pure agony to die. Stupid internet challenges. I've just got to say, apart from let's stop them, I've got to ask, Why oh why? The bell tolls now as we scrape the bottom of the barrel once again for our zero of the week. An Indian takeaway owner in Thirsk, York, United Kingdom, has been found guilty of breaking food safety laws of the 1990s. They were trying to pass sheep meat off as ostrich. They were fined more than £1,500 in court. Come on, for Christ's sake. You blame the chef for ordering the wrong meat. How about checking? No. You've been labelled as a zero now. Here's hoping you clean your act up, or I'll find you on the zero hit list again. We are nearing the end of the line, Groaners, so I best give you those all-important game answers. From last week first, we've got Admin Nicole's anagram anxiety solution, which was, of course, Aphrodite, or Aphrodite as some people say. My googly goodness, I actually got that one. Did you, Groaners? Give me the question. Round 1. Your answer was Cuba PD. Your correct question was C. The town is situated in southern Australia and is known as the opal capital of the world. Round 2. Your answer was Radio Open Source. Your correct question was A. It was hosted by journalist Christopher Lydon, that's Lydon, and released in 2003 by MP3 Download. It was a series of MP3 interviews. Round 3. Your answer was Chandra Badur Dangi. Your correct question was B. He was from Nepal and stood at 21.5 inches. Sadly, he passed away in 2015. He was born in 1939 and of course he suffered from dwarfism. Here we have the answers for talking nonsense. Round 1. Your word was baseball. Round 2. Your celebrity was Ricky Gervais. Round 3. Your triple word was the Running Man. We've just about finished, but how about one more game with Who the Hell Am I? Yep, it's that time again for the picture puzzler. Your clue is, I only played James Bond once and also did modelling. The answer will come next week. This signals our time's at an end for another week, Groaners. We hope you scored points and had fun along the way. Stay groany, take care, bye bye. So Valencia played, the void we use is just something he conjured up for people. Please in death, let it be a warning. I'll start again.